Introducing from Topeka, Kansas, weighing 252 pounds, Art Cruz. And from Germany, weighing 277 pounds, Von Raschke, referee Lee Warren.
In the best of moods, Von Raschke is usually furious. And Mickey Garagiola has ran out of that ring, and I think he's leaving the studio. Raschke nearly trampled him while Mickey was introducing Art Cruz. Raschke, enraged, he has been ever since a recent tag match, which he and Big John Studd were together and got into an argument, and it cost Studd and Raschke the match when Raschke got punched in the jaw. So Von Raschke, not in all in a good mood as he does battle with Art Cruz. What a challenge it is for young Art Cruz. They lock up. Raschke goes underneath fireman's carry. Nicely done by Von Raschke. He covers Cruz, but Cruz gets a shoulder up. Raschke moves behind Cruz. Cruz might be able to sit out. Raschke trying to force him down. Cruz reached up for the arm, couldn't get it. Raschke rides Cruz down. Grapevine's the leg and then goes into body scissors on Art Cruz. Don't ever kid yourself about Von Raschke. He may have one of the shortest fuses in wrestling, but this man can wrestle. Don't kid yourself. And as promoter Sam Muchnick said a couple of weeks ago when we interviewed him here on Wrestling at the Chase, he saw Raschke in a big match at Minneapolis, a crowd of over 17,000 people on hand when Raschke knocked off a 400-pounder, Crusher Blackwell. Raschke's main events everywhere, and he wants to get on top here in St. Louis. Raschke complains to referee Lee Warren that Art Cruz didn't break quickly enough. Raschke and Cruz tie up an arm drag by Von Raschke. There's a perfect example of what we mean. And look at that smile on Von Raschke's face. He's proud of himself. A perfectly executed arm drag by Von Raschke. Arm drag by Cruz. I don't think Raschke's smiling now. Von Raschke ties up with Art Cruz. Cruz forces Raschke to the ropes. Art, strong, young, aggressive. He's pushed down by Raschke. Raschke is ready to throw a kick, but Cruz is up too quickly. Raschke smiles. Oh, I wouldn't break the rules. Not I, says Von Raschke. Sure, we know. Nice leg trip by Von Raschke. He can wrestle. He twists the leg of Art Cruz. Trying to step over, maybe. He could almost go to a half crab on Cruz from that position if he wanted to and if he were able to. Cruz pretty strong, though, and he'd be struggling against it. Raschke twisting that leg. Cruz kicks Raschke away. And Raschke glares at Art Cruz. It doesn't take much to get Raschke to explode. He's like a volcano in there. Mickey, I thought you'd had it. I'm glad to see you back. I thought you left the studio for good.
I tell you what, those legs of mine were really starting to move and the body wouldn't follow.
Oh, I didn't know if you'd been thrown out or if you were running out of that ring you got out so fast. Count up two. Oh, Cruz. Very close. Has to keep that shoulder up. Lee Warren trying to keep an eye on everything, especially the shoulders of Cruz. Cruz gets that shoulder up. Warren catches Raschke pulling the tights, and he pushes Cruz back on top. Cruz squeezing ahead. Great opportunity here for Art Cruz. He's been coming along real well, adding experience to the natural gifts he has. A win over a guy like Von Raschke, boy, would that be a feather in the cap of Art Cruz. Cruz twisting Raschke's head. Cruz trying to lean over the shoulders of Raschke. Maybe he can put those shoulders down. Art has a lot of weight, 252 pounds. Maybe he can force those shoulders of Raschke down. Von Raschke is certainly one of those who would like a crack at the winner between the world heavyweight champion Harley Race and the challenger Nature Boy Ric Flair. How about that one? All of the eyes in wrestling are on St. Louis because it's Race against Flair. Raschke waiting with a forearm to the back of Cruz's head, knocks Cruz's head over heels, and then Raschke begins stomping on the head of Art Cruz. A knee to the neck of Art Cruz by Von Raschke. A kick to the head by Raschke. Cruz trying to fight back, lands a blow to the midsection. Cruz on his knees, but fighting back against Raschke. 3 punches have now scored to the stomach, and Raschke having trouble getting his breath. Cruz pounds on Raschke. Raschke with a chop to the throat. That's one tough man there in Von Raschke. Raschke forces Cruz back over that rope and then chops at Art Cruz. Raschke the forearm to the neck, and then a punch to the jaw of Art Cruz. Raschke whips Cruz to the rope, catching him coming off with a knee lift to the stomach by fine Raschke.
5 minutes have passed, 15 minutes left.
5 minutes have passed after that elbow drop from Raschke, but Cruz pushes Raschke off. Cruz grabs Raschke by the hair and slams him into that top turnbuckle. Raschke grabs Cruz, throws him into the ropes, onto the apron and out of the ring. Art Cruz pitched out of the ring by fine Raschke. Well, he's in a foul mood right now because Raschke is so irate and so furious at what's been happening to him in St. Louis. Well, Art Cruz is taking his lumps because of it. Raschke stomping on Cruz. Cruz can't afford to let Raschke get going. If he's really rolling, it's going to be tough to stop him. Cruz has to cut Raschke off. There's a suplex by Raschke on Cruz. Raschke smiles. He knows he has things going his way right now. Cruz could be hurt. Leg drop misses. Oh, I thought Cruz might have suffered a neck injury, that suplex, but Cruz managed to roll away from the leg drop of Raschke. A punch into the ribs by Art Cruz on Von Raschke. Cruz blasts Raschke in the stomach. Cruz knocking Raschke to the corner. A forearm smash by Cruz. He pounds on Raschke and whips Raschke across the ring into the buckle. Cruz charges in. Monkey flip, and Raschke pulled right out of that corner and thrown to the center of the ring by the monkey flip of Art Cruz. Cruz lifts Raschke. Body slam. Now Cruz has it going. Try for a pin. Count of 1. That's 2. Raschke throws off Cruz. Now it's Raschke who's reeling. Or is he? Oh, that Raschke's cagey. As wild as he can be, as sharp-tempered as he can be, he can think in there, and instinctively he seems to do the right thing in many occasions. A punch right to the jaw by Raschke. Cruz comes off the ropes with a forearm smash. This has turned into a knockdown, drag-out affair between Art Cruz and Von Raschke. That's what could just happen when Race and Flair are in there together. Lee Warren calls out Raschke for using the hair. There's no question why Ric Flair got that match with Harley Race. He has proven himself, and most recently by defeating David Von Erich with the figure 4 leg lock. Nobody else has been able to knock off David in St. Louis except the world champion himself, but Ric Flair did it with his favorite hold, the figure 4 leg lock. If it was enough to defeat David Von Erich, well, I'll tell you, it's enough to defeat Harley Race, and that gold belt could then very easily be around the waist of Nature Boy Ric Flair. Flair calls himself the uncrowned champion. Well, he can prove it, but he's going to have to prove it to the man who has that gold belt and who's been in command of the throne for more than 4 years. But again, maybe that is to the advantage of Nature Boy Ric Flair. Young, aggressive, ambitious, tremendously hungry to wear that gold strap around his waist. Flair and Race for all the marbles. Look at Flair's record. Not only has he beaten David Von Erich twice, he's defeated Ted DiBiase. He's beaten 3 former world champions, Pat O'Connor, Jack Briscoe, and Dory Funk Jr. Add that to all the other victories Ric Flair has, and the flamboyant, gaudy, boisterous Nature Boy Ric Flair is poised right on the edge. He's going to take that last step, but he has to take that step over Harley Race. And it won't be easy. It will be war. A best-of-3 falls war when Nature Boy Ric Flair tries to take that gold belt from Harley Race. Raschke bridging and then using the hair, keeping Art Cruz down. Von Raschke. Saw him once wearing a t-shirt that says, "I know I'm cute." You form your own opinions. You had a good look at him right there, thanks to the fine camera work here at KPLR TV. Whether you think he's cute or not, I'll tell you one thing, he's tough. He's good. Raschke bridging again to keep those shoulders up. Good at bridge. And that gives him the opportunity to use the hair. Lee Warren catches him, says, "Get out of that hair." Raschke comes up on top of Cruz and stomps on Cruz's head. Von Raschke, the punch to the forehead of Art Cruz. Oh, and Cruz almost lost his balance there, went backwards. Raschke grabs Cruz underneath, lifting him to the air. Where is Raschke going with Cruz? Backbreaker. Oh, and it was a dandy. A beautiful backbreaker by Raschke. Count of 1, 2. Cruz kicks Raschke off, and Raschke gets angry again because Cruz wasn't down for a count of 3. That's a heck of a backbreaker. That's a good one, right on target. You can see him driving the back into the knee.
10 minutes of the last 10 minutes left.
Raschke pitched into that corner, and Cruz with a backflip tosses Raschke down. Cruz covers Raschke. Try for a pin. Only a count of 1, and Raschke gets away. Cruz with an uppercut, that forearm banging home on the chin of Raschke. Raschke hurled in the corner. Cruz charges in. Oh, Raschke got right out of the way, and Cruz crashed into that top turn. Look at Raschke's hand. He's poising that claw. The iron claw, the brain claw, as he calls it, the brain claw of Von Raschke. Raschke with the brain claw, and Art Cruz. That's Raschke's favorite. He says it's the best claw in wrestling, better than anything the Von Erichs can do, according to Raschke. Raschke digging in with the claw on Art Cruz. Cruz trying to struggle out of it as Raschke digs into the temples and the forehead. Cruz down on his back. Raschke digging in with the brain claw. Look at the muscles in his neck straining as Raschke pours on the pressure with the brain claw. Cruz, the referee checking his arms. He's out. He's out. And Von Raschke with the brain claw defeats Art Cruz. He saw the opening for it, and Raschke with the claw is the winner over Art Cruz. Raschke wins it. Here's Mickey Garagiola.
In 10 minutes and 59 seconds, the brain claw, the winner, Von Raschke.